K-pop has been really boring and snoozy lately. Like, not many groups are releasing, so I thought it'd be fun to do some K-pop predictions for this year. So yeah, let's get into it. I think aespa is on like the cusp of reaching the next level of popularity in their career. Like, each comeback has done better than the last. Supernova and Whiplash were like huge hits and they were doing massive numbers globally, but I still think they aren't at the level of like name recognition in the West, like Blackpink. Like, people don't know them by name. This, I think, is gonna change soon though, especially as they're doing their US tour. Like, right now they just started it, and hopefully that's gonna come with more US promotion and festival appearances and TV show appearances. But I am still a bit scared that they might become a group who has big hits but people don't really know who they are as a group, like don't know them by their name, like Le Seraphim for example is right now. But yeah, I think they're probably gonna release English, like a major English single, like during their tour or maybe right after their tour, as it's been like a year and a half since Better Things came out, and Better Things did okay, but they still don't have their like huge, like mega successful English single. I think Lisa's music era isn't really going the best so far. Like, being the most popular member and being the first out of them to like go solo in like the new era after Born Pink, she wanted to go like the major Western pop star route of like a rollout. She had a few staggered singles with like big features and music videos and promotions and like appearances, typically what you would have expected from like a Western pop star. And she announced her album ahead of time to give her singles proper room, and she really thought that this approach, like backed by a US label, would like instantly like skyrocket her to like success. But I don't know, somewhere someone in the label or maybe someone fumbled something, because even when the music was really good, like New Woman featuring literally Rosalia, couldn't become like a big hit or like a big moment. It was just like a flash in the pan. Like, it kind of had its like moment for like a week and then gone, poof, forgotten about. Like, she's still pulling in numbers thank you bot streaming farms, but yeah, they're not like big moments. Like APT, like Apata was a big moment. Like, she still doesn't have one of those. So I don't think her album and her like upcoming collab Born Again with Doja and Ray, which is kind of trying to give a bang bang moment, I don't think it's gonna be necessarily that successful. And even the album, I don't see it doing crazy well. I think this whole era was just a bit, something went wrong, and I feel bad, but something did go wrong. As for Jennie, I feel like Mantra was a solid hit, but it wasn't on the level of what we need right now. Like, it was a hit, it was a good introduction, but she still needs a big hit. She needs her Apata. She needs like a top 25 Billboard like worldwide smash hit. That's what she needs. And she needs it ASAP because her album is quickly upcoming and we don't want her to face Lisa's fate. She's already announced the collabs that she has. None of them seem necessarily that promising. Maybe Dua Lipa, but after Radical Optimism, that's not even a slam dunk. But Love Hangover definitely has potential. I'm predicting that it's gonna go viral on TikTok and it's gonna slowly be a slow burn and slowly rise on the charts, because I can just see that for it. I feel like Dominic Fike is the type of artist that has songs that go viral on TikTok that people are like, oh, what, like, who sang this song?
Keep talking, we shut you down.
As for the supposed Blackpink comeback in 2025 that YG really swears is coming, I think it's possible in maybe August or September, like they did with Born Pink. They could have like another mini album, but I think the people want a full album. Like, that's what the people want. And now that the girls have had a chance to like produce and learn how to like take full creative freedom of their own projects, I think they can make a higher quality and like a more unique sounding album for themselves as a group. And I feel like they could make it at like a faster pace, as they don't have to rely on the same like classic Teddy slop, especially since he's busy with his other girl groups which aren't doing particularly well. So I think, yeah, they'll definitely take the lead this time. They're gonna probably produce and write their own songs. It's gonna be a better process for them, hopefully. More songs, something a bit different than they've given before. So yeah, I'm excited. I think if it is a full album, it's probably gonna be a bit later, maybe in like September, October, followed by like a world tour, like that goes until like March. That's what I can see for them.
Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
I think Le Seraphim's next comeback is gonna be like just a massive flop. I can tell that people, like the general public, is already getting sick of their like similar and repetitive comebacks. Like each one sounds more AI generated slop than the last. Even I used to be a huge fan of Le Seraphim too. Like I loved Anti-Fragile. That's when they were like, even if it was for like one comeback, I feel like Fearless to Anti-Fragile was like a musical evolution for them. But since then, they really haven't artistically evolved, like sound wise or concept wise. Every few months they just like pop up with like another trap EDM song, and I just like, when I listen to Le Seraphim songs now, I just feel nothing. Like I don't feel excited, I don't feel happy, I don't even hate it. It's just, you just feel nothing, like this emptiness. I feel like people are tired of Le Seraphim songs getting like artificially inflated and shoved down our throats by like Hybe and like the Evil Demon, Scooter Braun. Like even this like trend with Crazy and Marvel Rivals, like you can just tell there's someone behind the scenes pulling the strings trying to get this to be a trend. And yeah, I don't see them getting massive, like genuine massive success, not artificial, genuine massive success or massive hit, unless they make big changes to like their sound or their concept, or yeah, something like that.
And don't you know how sweet it tastes? How sweet it tastes.
I'm scared for New Jeans, especially after they just missed the biggest opportunity of their career with the massive Fortnite collab. As someone who's played Fortnite since basically its inception, this would have literally been career changing for them. Like they were already a global phenomenon, but this would have like cemented them as like Blackpink level, or even above them, to be honest. This was a huge deal for them. Like skins, emotes, the whole shebang, it's all gone now, like all scrapped in a flash. Like that's crazy. Like I think they should have held out and maybe like delayed all these dramatics and theatrics until after the Fortnite collab came out. As for their rebrand, I don't think they're gonna have massive success anymore, to be honest, especially being like labelless, and with a company like Hybe with all like their contacts all over the world. I think they're gonna try their best to like sabotage or blacklist them, because that's what these companies do, especially when there's such a public falling out between the group and the company. And I think it was just a horrible decision. Like everything just went out the worst it possibly could, and their career is probably over.
It's like gold. None of this helps you grow.
Oh, Itzy, I feel bad at this point. Born to Be was so good, like the best music they've ever made. Like Mr. Vampire, Born to Be Untouchable, like their songs, like these were the best songs they've ever made. Even the solos were excellent, and they were self-produced and self-written, which is crazy too. It should have been their like big return, their big comeback to like mainstream K-pop and worldwide success. But then like once that flopped, they came out with a massive pile of dookie that was gold. Like I've never not liked the Itzy comeback besides gold. Like that was honestly the biggest piece of trash that I've like ever heard in my life. Like I was actually shocked. But hopefully, yeah, there's still hope, because the Yeji is gonna have her official solo debut this year, which was recently announced. And yeah, it's up to her to save Itzy's career basically. I think that they saw the success of Up by Karina, and the company wanted like their own version. They saw the potential and they wanted their own. And if you go through the idols that they have in their company, Yeji is clearly the only one that could pull off something like this. So yeah, I think they're looking to deliver an Up dupe from JYP, and they're using Yeji to do that. But that's not even necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like she could pull off a hip-hop dance song like this if she's given good enough budget and promotion and everything. I think she could pull it off and she could make it a hit. As for the whole group comeback, I think it's time for a second full album. And this time, can you please use the money you got from your successful world tour and put it into the production of the music, because I'm sorry, Gold, it sounded like shit. Like that production, like they spent $0 on that. Like I need the money not put into N shit, not put into Twice. I need their world tour money to be put back into their music. So I'm expecting, because clearly the money from the Born to Be world tour was not put into Gold, so I'm expecting that to be put into this high budget gaggy second full album. Kiss of Life had a massive record year in 2024. Like we haven't seen a group from such a small, like non-existent company skyrocket to such like mainstream success like ever. Like they're pulling in massive numbers that groups like Red Velvet, IVE, Twice are struggling to pull nowadays. And it's crazy because every comeback I was scared that they were gonna ruin their momentum, but somehow each comeback managed to have a hit. Like when Get Loud was flopping, I was like, okay, they're done. But then Igloo became a hit. Like they're yet to miss, which is rare, especially for fifth generation. Like no one in fifth generation so far has had consistent hits besides Kiss of Life. So now I'm just excited to see what they have, because they have their sold out world tour, which is crazy, and they're gonna have like so much budget after that to like do whatever they want. And hopefully I'm expecting a first full album this year, like maybe in the summer, maybe with a cute summer hit like Sticky. Yeah, I'm expecting a full album and maybe even some collabs, because they have been seen with and publicly interacted with lots of up and coming artists like Tyla, for example. Like I feel like I could see them doing a collab. I also want them to go to Coachella too, or maybe like Lollapalooza. I want a major festival for them to like make a surprise appearance. Like hopefully while they're in America they find like a sponsor to like sponsor them to go to like Coachella or like Lollapalooza as like a surprise. Okay, now let's do some quick ones. Twice is gonna flop again, nobody's surprised. They're basically a washed up legacy act at this point. They can't even get a hit with two different Megan Thee Stallion collabs. Like what are they doing? Like they're just gonna tour and tour and tour until they can't tour anymore, and then they're gonna tour some more, and that's pretty much their career now. NMIXX, I don't even know why I included them here in my notes, but I mean they exist, I guess. They'll keep releasing their shitty Stray Kids rejects and staging fake mic issues so they can show off their impressive vocals. Like that's pretty much all they're known for. I hope IVE can get out of this slump they're in right now. Like I need them back on Spotify Global, pumping out fresh hits that are like genuine, like organic hits. But I'm hopeful for Attitude, and I think it's gonna be a hit, especially with the sample. I'm predicting another tour later this year too, since their last tour did so well. Illit is officially over. A random prediction, but I think a K-pop group will collab with a huge Western artist, like a massive Western artist, and it's gonna be a group. Like I feel like I could see that, and that would just open the door and like be a big step in like making collabs more common, because besides Twice and Megan, I really can't imagine like a big K-pop group collabing with a Western artist. Like I can't really see that. Cat's Eye is gonna try and do Touch Number 2 and get a quick hit, but I don't know if the music is gonna be as boring as the first album, especially since the members seem like they want to have some creative control in like the producing and writing. But yeah, this is their chance to solidify themselves as like the next big Western group. I think there's gonna be a massive wave of Apata dupes in K-pop now. As usual, K-pop is gonna be unoriginal and trend hopping, and I can just see lots of groups attempting to recreate the magic and the fun aspect of APT in the pursuit of a hit. Like I can see it. I see the vision.